Hello, Dave Hurst here, CTO of Athena Security, and today I'd like to talk to you about our new Change Advisor product. Are your firewall engineers being overwhelmed by an excessive number of requests for rule changes? Are your application developers submitting change requests for access to services that are already available? Athena's Change Advisor now allows large groups of application developers and firewall engineers to work together more effectively. The application developers are quickly notified if their request for services is already available. And if a change does need to be implemented, Change Advisor determines for the firewall engineers exactly which firewalls need to be modified, making the entire change implementation simple and error-free. Let's see how it works. Athena Firepack is an essential tool for firewall and network engineers. It provides automated configuration analysis for performing comprehensive rule-based assessments and maintaining compliance. You can model, validate, and monitor the impact on traffic flow and side effects of changes in your firewalls. The system is scalable and can be used in environments with hundreds or even thousands of devices. The Change Advisor takes advantage of Athena's breakthrough packet tracing technology for understanding how packets would traverse the network based on connectivity, routing, and the devices involved in the change request. Application developers initiate change requests using a web form to see whether or not the change is already covered by the network. A simple query based on the parameters specified in the change request simulates the effect of the change. The result is an answer to the application developer indicating whether or not the change is necessary. Since no data is ever injected into the network and the application developers never view or access the configurations directly, it is also a secure process. We'll start by creating a change request through the web-based user interface. In this case, I want to check for SMTP access from a DMZ server to an application server. First, I'll enter the subject of the change and then a brief description. Then, in the Request Details tab, I'll enter the source and destination hosts and service for the request. The known hosts list provides a mapping between host names and IP addresses and is populated from sources such as local DNS and Active Directory servers. Selecting hosts from this list makes it easier for end users to simply select the parameters of the change without needing to know IP addresses. Having entered all the parameters describing the change that I want, I'll submit the request. The change request is shown in the list of all the active change requests that I've submitted. The status column indicates the current disposition of the request. In this case, my new request is still being processed, so it has the status of opened. These requests have status completed. Change Advisor has run the packet tracer on the request and determined that it's already fulfilled by the existing network configuration. No changes are needed, and the network engineers can ignore the request. When requests have a status of review, it means that packet trace run by Change Advisor determined that the existing network configuration does not allow access to the requested service. For this one, a network engineer will have to take a look at it. Clicking on the Details link here shows all the information about my change request, including the requester information, the description of the request, and the request details. Under the request notes are comments added by the packet tracer describing what it found, whether or not the request is already fulfilled by the network, or if packet tracer found some issue with the request. Now let's switch to Firepack and review the request there. As a network engineer using Firepack, I can see all of the change requests that have been submitted by all users. I'll go to the Analyze Change menu and select the View Change Requests item. Change Requests View lists all of the change requests known to the system. This list is searchable on each of its columns. I'll enter my username to show only the requests that I've entered. Here's the request that I entered earlier, now with the review status. Clicking on it takes me to the Change Request Details view, where all of the information about the request is displayed. I'll run the packet tracer on the request to figure out exactly what the issue really is. The packet tracer report presents all the details from the packet tracer analysis. On the first page, we see the trace parameters and a summary of the trace result. Each path found by the trace is listed, and an indication of why that particular path may have failed is given. Each device along the path is identified. Clicking on the Trace Result field takes me to the rule trails for that path, where I can see precisely which rules were involved in the trace. This provides detailed information about which devices may need to be touched and even which rules in those devices are relevant in order to implement the requested change. Now I can see exactly which devices need to be touched and even where in the rule set I'll have to add a new rule. Athena's Change Advisor is available as an add-on component to a standard FirePack installation or as a standalone product. It solves a serious operational dilemma for firewall engineers by eliminating spurious change requests. When bundled with FirePack's other functionality, such as Impact Monitor or Change Validation, operational groups can take advantage of configuration analytics not available in any management console. This ensures a change process that is compliant, efficient, and completely aligned for all of the various stakeholders that are involved. For more information about Change Advisor or Athena's other firewall and network solutions, please visit our website at www.athenasecurity.net or send an email to sales@athenasecurity.net. And thanks for watching.